Hello and welcome back. So let's figure out a way to save an edited blog post. Now it's important to know where we are, whether we are on the add new blog post or we're on the edit blog post. So back to blogs.php, right in here, I will type, let me put an h2 tag like here and say edit post. That way we know where we are. Okay, that's much better. Edit post. Let's go back to here and let's click on add new and let's do exactly the same thing. Let's put an h2 on the add new like so, and let me come back here and refresh. Okay, it's supposed to be add new post. Add new post. Great. Back, or I can click here and then edit. So click on edit. Edit. Yes. Now the edit and the add are pretty much the same. They're kind of similar. So what we will do is we will go to our post class here, and we obviously already have the create function. So I want us to duplicate this function one more time. So I will do this, select, and Control-Shift-D in Sublime Text. I think it's just Control-D in Notepad++. And then here I want to change this create to edit like so. Everything else really remains the same because it works in a similar manner. The only thing is we don't want to be replacing the URL address and maybe not the user URL, because these should be permanent. So let me remove that. We also don't want to be adding a new date at all. So all we want is the title, the post. Those are good. So title and post. And we don't want here make URL address unique. Nobody cares. And here we have an image, right? So the image thing comes down to this part. And if there is an image, we're going to add it here. And it's going to be added to the array as well of that. The only thing is now here, if the image is empty, we will say an image is required. But in this case, because this is editing, we're going to assume that because we have this, an image is required when creating the post, so we want to assume that an image already exists because the post exists. So what we do here is, the problem that is there is this. If I open the edit here and start editing, let's say there's an existing image here, right? And then I just wanted to edit the title. So maybe I just add a 2 at the very end there and then hit post. The problem is that I didn't add an image. So what will happen is when it comes to this part, it's going to say, oh, there's no image. So let me put some empty string there if there is no image. And that will become a problem because now the old image will be removed from the system. Okay. So there's a simple way to get over that problem, is to move the if statement into the insert here. And this insert is going to change anyway. So let's change the query first, and then we can deal with the image issue. So I'm going to say update blogs, and then obviously I have to do set title is equal to title. So I simply need to duplicate this like that and add my full colons there. My full colon sounds like a large intestine. Okay, So post there. So we don't need the rest of these babies. No sirree, we do not. Like that. What I need here is a where clause now. So where, yeah. Yeah, now this is the thing. We need to know the URL address to this post right here. So as much as we want to data files, so I think we can add it inside data. Okay, so let's add it here. Now instead of URL adding it to this array, I'm going to just URL address like so is going to be equal to data URL address like so. Okay, great. So I'm not adding it to the array because I don't want to use it in the, actually I might need to use it in there. Yeah, I actually do need to use it there. So let's add it there as well. Let's do that. Okay, we're golden. So let's come back to our query again, where URL address will equal to full : URL address. And it's a nice practice to say limit 1. That way it will stop its operation as soon as it finds the first entry that matches what you've put there. Okay, so where, yeah, I think that's all good. Now this is where we move our image thing here. So let me remove that. We don't need that anymore. So I will move this if statement instead down here. Went too far there. Oops, what have I done? I have no idea. Okay, where was I? Post class. Okay, there we go. Shift tab. There we go. Okay, so I'll move this one inside here. Move that out. Ugh, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? Okay, there we go. Such a simple thing I'm suffering with here. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so then duplicate the query and put an else statement here, like so. So let's come back here and bam, there we go. So we will have two queries instead. So when there's an image, different query. When there's no image, different query, because we don't want to replace an empty image. So if the image is empty, like so, so it means we don't need this inside there. So what we should do is, what do we do here? Let's remove image from the array though. So I'm just going to say unset array let's remove array image, and then let's clean up the array so that it doesn't have some no values. So I'm going to say array is equal to, oh no, I can't do this unfortunately. That's terrible. What to do? Okay, this doesn't work because I wanted to use array values, but the array values gets rid of the keys, and I need those keys for this thing here in the array. So what I'm going to do instead is create a second array here. So I'm just going to say array to image is equal to that, and then every reference in here to array is going to have a 2 there, so that it's a different array. Yeah, and that way we didn't add the image to the array that we're going to use. Okay, so this is all good. If image is empty, this is what we do. But if image exists though, if it's not empty, then we add it to the image. Actually, let's test for image 2 there. Yes. So if that is not the case, what I would do is do that with the equal sign like so, and remove the 2 over here. So this array now will have an image from that temporal array we had created, and then we need to actually add it to the system here. So I'm going to duplicate this and change that to image, like so. Okay, I think we're in business. Only thing missing is if we go to blog.php, where is edit? It's right here. So we need a hidden field here for the URL address. So I'm going to duplicate this image one and remove that. There's no need for a class, obviously. Let's put hidden. And then the name is the important one. The name is a URL address, like so. Very nice. Very nice. And then one important thing is to give it an actual value. Otherwise, it shall be empty. So this one doesn't need wait a minute. So this one we're going to use actually we can use the same thing here. So copy that, and paste it here. Yes, change that to URL address. Pronto. URL address, like so. Okay, so let's give it a test run, shall we? So let me just hit post here, and actually let's change the post to save. Where are we here? Let's change that to save so that we know we are saving the data. So let's hit save. An image is required. Are you sure? Okay, I think what's going on here is this. Let's go back to the admin.php here. I think what's happening is that because there's only one if statement here, if count post, and then immediately we start doing this. But what if things are not like this? We need to know the mode, don't we? Yes, we do. So let's check for the edit, copy that, and the only part that changes when we are editing or not is just this one right here. So I'm just going to pull that in with a $, of course. Duplicate. Oh, there we go. Let's add an else clause here, like so. So if mode is equal to edit, then we say edit there. Otherwise it's create. Everything else remains exactly the same. So let's see what luck we have now. Let me put a 2 by the way at the end there, just to see if it can actually change things. Okay, so let's see, and you see the 2 over there. We have managed to edit this. So let me click here, and this time let me add an image. Let's add these boys here. Save, and we have new image. Nice. Click on the edit, browse. What else can we add? Yeah, let's add that one. Nice. So everything now is working good. So we can edit, we can add new. We just need to be able to delete. Yes, need to delete and need to show post. Okay, so see you in the next video where we do the delete and finalize.